Rockdose has returned to Storytime with Rockdose. Once upon a time, I released a video on the Sentinel. Difficulty 19, if you can even believe that. And then I proceeded to have 4 days in a row at work that were incredibly difficult, incredibly long hours. My muscles screamed and my bones cried. But having a day off, I sat down to record Sentinel 2. Super pumped about it. I immediately broke the video down as I normally do and started commenting. I was really happy with the commentary. It was super genuine. But all of a sudden, tragedy struck. I realized that I did not segment the Sentinel videos in the same way that I did my other content, because the Sentinel took a little bit longer, quite a bit longer actually, than my other runs. So, about halfway through, I realized this and had to scrap the video and start over. So this is the missing chunk of time that I am recording now that I skipped over, essentially. So I was commenting on events past this, and I didn't even realize, because so much time had passed, that there were cards in my deck that I took but didn't comment on. I had runestones I didn't realize that I should not have had at that time. So yeah. But we are here. If you watch the Sentinel 3, and in the beginning I call it the Sentinel 2, now you know why I decided to keep the commentary. I rather like commenting quite a few days after I've recorded the video, because then I have more of a critic's perspective, I feel. This could be in my head, but it's a little bit easier for me to just see this as another player instead of the run that I have just completed, which helps in some ways. So, getting into the run, our defense is still phenomenal. We have no problems defending ourselves. A single feint stops all of the damage, as it has been doing. And so we are just trying to build up our armor reduction and kill the enemies as efficiently as possible. Blind Fury still in the deck. I should have known when Blind Fury was not in the deck as I was commenting that something was wrong. Something was horribly wrong. We live and learn, right? Hopefully my mistake provides you some amount of entertainment. We have no fear of taking damage, so we're just slowly whittling away at our enemies. I think, mistimed our duplicate there in the last couple turns. I don't think we've been keeping an eye on that number in the top right-hand corner, but ultimately, if we can defend ourselves fully, then it's really just a time loss, and as opposed to something that's going to put us in danger. Drawing returning shot here is pretty good. Get a free smack. And we're going to put his life low enough to where if we hit the button, he'll die for sure. We've let this abomination live so long. He's so beefy. Normally they don't get up to this much power, but nothing we can't handle with a singular feint. Play a disturbance, why not? Get it out of our deck. We can play one card and then the next card's duplicated. So if we duplicate, oh, I see. We had no torchlight, so we were on an energy penalty. That's fine. We still managed to get the kill. I remember mismanaging our items here pretty severely. I don't think the mismanagement happens yet. We'll see. Grab a Gar. Really happy to already have that mythical runestone. And we cannot help but pay this man to get the Blind Fury out of our deck. I think that's what we remove. Yep. See ya. You only trigger our passive one time. I don't care how many hits you do and how efficient you are. Our passive is very important. And we, could have easily removed a different card and probably would not have been at much of a detriment, but removing it there is fine because we definitely wanted it gone eventually. Take a pretty hard fight for us. In these fights, just to reiterate, I've said it many times, but you need to kill this middle guy first. If you're ever having any trouble with these fights, ignore the little shaky dudes, ignore the thralls that aren't hurting you. Focus all out on the guy on the middle. And frequently look at his intents, because he can look like he is attacking you, and he will actually only be attacking his allies. And he does not have an attack, to my knowledge, that hits you and his allies. So if it kind of looks like he's hitting everybody, it's probably just his buddies. We got one of the worst tainted forces here, despite boosting up our candlelight. And we are just gonna pass the turn. As you can see, every single turn I check his intents. I make sure to hover over and see if he's hitting me or if he's trying to hit somebody else. We may have to use 2 feints here just to fully ensure that we don't take damage. But we can. We easily can. That amount of damage would have been a little difficult for some classes to handle, but not the Sentinel. That attack, I believe, is attacking his friends only. We get the clever duplicate off on the shadow shot. Pretty impressed with my past self. We're playing rather fast and still able to get these duplicates. All it takes is a couple quick glances up in the top right to check your counter. There we go. Do we hit the button? Probably not. Button doesn't serve us too well here, having such spread out damage. Arrow bag is a little bit better, even if we don't have any energy left. Or returning shot, that's another good use of the energy. I would say returning shot's maybe even better than arrow bag. Don't press it. You did how much, that middle guy? 10. You used all of your ultimate charges to do 10. And you took damage? And I took damage, wow. Nope, don't agree with that. Maybe I had to take damage, but I don't think I had to. I haven't used a block flute yet in this fight. Not an egregious misplay, but definitely a misplay. They're just going to keep reducing this dude's armor. He's taking more and more damage from these little plinks. And he is restoring his armor, annoyingly, as fast as I'm draining it. We still need some big solution to armor. I think duplicating Bolas shot here on him is super good, because it'll also keep him from healing, and it will reduce his armor. Don't just throw it out there. You can duplicate it. You have 13. Yeah, just use a shot and then Bolas shot. Smack talking my past self. Or feints, whatever you want to use. Just play something first. There, yes. Now you can get some free armor reduction. He's not going to heal. Look at that. Efficiency. Fully defend ourselves. Enemies on the left and the right are hitting pretty hard. But thankfully, our damage is mostly free. It mostly comes from the shot cards that are free. I don't think I should eat this. What was the point of... Did I really need to... I don't see the grand master plan in using that there, but it's 10 more armor reduction, I guess. Maybe we were just like, we've been in this fight for so long. Let's get it over with. It's crazy Arrow Storm is still in my deck and I removed Blind Fury. I really don't like Aerostorm as a card. And its flip side is not good either. Down to the 200s. We're getting there. Unfortunately, we draw Bola Shot with the arrow bag. Now would have been a great time to have one of those energy items, but no. Can we get the kill this turn? I don't think so. Unless we duplicate Phantom's Aid. This might allow it if we get pretty lucky. Yeah, definitely reduce the armor as well. This might be enough. Now that they're in negative armor, they're really taking damage. Can ultimate. Nice, really good arrow bag there. And the ultimate's still going to come through. All we need to do is land like 2 hits on him. There we go. We got him. Nice. And we get the treasure. We are hoping for a slot in either our armor or our weapons. Hopefully weapons. Looking at our options here. Ultimate weaponry seems pretty awesome. We do want more powerful quivers, and drawing shots that are not in our deck is pretty dang good. We never have to worry about our deck being empty and the quiver being useless. Plus, duplicating this seems pretty strong, and I think I could make that happen. Butchery, you know, it goes in this deck. It definitely does. It's way better than the starting multi-shot card by leagues and yards. And I consider this, but pretty sure we go with ultimate weaponry because it's only slightly better. And then I come to the conclusion we don't even really need a multi-shot card. We can just play the cards. I mean, multi-shot is an easy way to get a damage boost, and one of the only ways to get a significant damage boost on your shots in this class, but it's still not necessary when you can perfectly defend every turn. Something like studded armor is great to take if you are having trouble with this class, but because we're already greatly defended, after playing an arrow gain 5 armor, actually, honestly, suppressive fire is even better than studded armor, because you're automatically going to get more than 10 armor from suppressive fire every turn. No way you're going to play less than 2 arrows every turn. Weapon slot, please be a weapon slot.
Found what when you filled your...
No. Well, the armor's free and makes us super powerful. As I said, every point of armor is so good. So we're going to be much harder to kill now. If you can hear a train outside, I do apologize. So, yep, not another slot for us, unfortunately. We really should refill our combat slots. Nice. Take a quick look around. We know this is going to be 2 fights in a row, because the Cursed Lock is always a fight. For us now, I'm pretty sure. Could be totally wrong on that. That I'm not guaranteeing, but I've always gotten a fight there since I've completed the quest. Yep. We're going to defend ourselves first. 90 barrier. 1 energy. The equivalent in the Weird Hunter kind of faction class thing is a 1 energy card that gives you 1 block. That 1 block is almost never going to be as good as something like 90 barrier. Until the enemies are hitting super hard and have ramped up, it's just crazy. It's crazy at how good the basic block card for this class is. The only prerequisite for it to just go out of control is you having lots of armor. If you're having trouble in higher difficulties, just play these guys. Just play these dudes. Now this is a pretty unfortunate hand with not a lot of arrows, but we can still play a couple and still get over 10 armor from that passive. And after we play them, then we will play a singular defensive card. Bam, bam. And now we have 75 barrier. And until we can guarantee focus down one of those two wisps, it kind of sucks to just let them stockpile like we're doing, but I would rather not let the healer heal them. And the healer dude on the right can never heal himself. Bola shot, pretty good here. Could save us some defense. It might be a good duplicate candidate since we're at 12 out of 15 on our runestone. I think it's the Ken runestone that we're using in our weapon slot there. Arrow Storm, you know, you look at it in a hand like this and you can't play it. The Bola shot needs to go where it needs to go. You can't just randomly throw out Bola shot. Thinking about using Arrow Bag to give us more options to start off with. Phantom Aid's really nice because it just immediately gets us to our duplicate with very little energy expenditure. Ooh, we choose the spicy option and we go for the duplicate on the Arrow Bag to give us tons of ammunition this turn. We're really trying for a kill. I want to get that enemy on the right hand side dead because I know Bola shots can kind of handle the rest. Oh, maybe we don't even mess with Bola shots. We just feints because it's so much defense. Why would we stun an enemy when feints blocks us 3 times over? Ugh, 2 HP. Took everything we had. Now, a duplication of ultimate weaponry or something like that would be super good. We would be able to definitely put a dent in these wisps. And thankfully this class doesn't have too hard of a time removing their passive. Oh, the phone is buzzing. Throw the phone. Okay, that was an important buzz. Maybe I shouldn't throw it as far. Okay. Let's see how much longer we have left for the video. Okay, we can wait. It's not ultra important. There, the phone has been thrown. We're still fighting these wisps? Alright. Okay. We do keep him from buffing. We can't let them buff because that increases their armor permanently. Makes them a whole lot harder to deal with. And we've decided that the left one is the one we're targeting. All of our shots reducing the power. We're at 12 out of 15 for our duplicate. What do we do? I'm thinking, what are we trying to duplicate? Phantom Aid is the one to play first if we're trying to duplicate something like Arrow Bag. Yeah, that is definitely what we're doing. We want all of the ammunition. And just think if we had more damage, if we could increase our damage percentage above 100%. We play our single defense card for the turn and go all out. Hit the button. Nice. They negated a lot of it, but that was still some hefty damage. And it's not like we're going anywhere anytime soon. It would take a miracle for them to hurt us, let alone kill us. I don't think we've even used the block flute yet. We're just counting our cards, trying not to waste the duplicate. And he still negates our damage. We have to hit him 4 times to even start hurting him. But we did it that way specifically. Ooh, we messed up. We should have played the returning shot. But now at least we can duplicate Phantom's Aid and get even more armor reduction out of this. Yep. We're going to play it, get 2 shadow shots, and then if we're smart, we try to duplicate one of those 2 shadow shots. That's the real big brain play. I don't think we start doing that until later. Man, we're just playing everything at this point. We know that this enemy has been trivialized by us. So the longer we take on each turn, you know, we're really doing ourselves a disservice. So we're just like, just play the cards. Might as well just throw out the stun, because why not? Yeah, just make sure he's not hurting us and then play the damage. Ultimate weaponry has put pretty good damage. I'm thinking about the duplicate, and I shouldn't be, because there are future turns. This isn't the final turn if I can't kill him. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to kill him in this turn, so we should just do as much damage as we can. Oh, nice! We were able to get it with the button at the end. Well done. I guess that little bit of contemplating did pay off. Yeah, every time I've looked around in here, it's just auto fight. There's not even any illusion that there could be something else, like the narrator saying, "You find something interesting." We block. We fire. We end. Pretty simple and easy turn rotation. I think the Tainted Force gave us barrier there. I was wondering why we gained that 5 barrier. Yeah, I think it was the side effect of not playing the Tainted Force. Far away from our duplicate. So we just go to default mode of playing all red cards passing turn. Especially against one enemy. Against one enemy, it's just like you can just shut your brain off. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. The one opening. Yeah, against an enemy that we had fully trivialized anyway, Aerostorm is great. Then it's pretty dang good. And I think that just gives us money, experience, and wealth. Okay, I guess that's worth it. Cursed Healer. Still don't think I've ever bought anything from that NPC. But Godless Healing is a concept that cannot be denied. It is hilarious. Godless Healing. I think I want to shoot for killing the red-robed cultist on the right. Just because of all the R's. When there's that many R's in a row, it's ridiculous. It's rather ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. No. The first enemy we armor reduce is definitely our clear target. It looks like past me thinks that this hunched over little, what would you call it? Crystal chicken? The Kraken? I don't know. I guess that's the threat. We don't want it to summon totems, I guess. Oh, geez, we can fire at both of them because neither of them are hurting me. And it still didn't really do a lot of damage. And the armor got boosted up. All of our armor reduction just got wasted. It's okay. Do we damage boost for this measly fight? Wow, we're trying to get out of here. I see. Oh, okay, and we get to duplicate. I really want to kill this, oh, what? Oh, that's the stun, okay. I was gonna say, am I switching targets now? With that much armor, it's still so hard. Even with everything that I just did, the damage boost, it's like so much armor. Oh, I didn't realize my armor got reduced to next to nothing. Oh, wow. Yeah, my armor keeps getting reduced by them. I guess that's what they're doing. I guess that's their power. Maybe that's why it's a little scary to leave them on the board. It might be that totem over there that's doing it, but I don't know. I took some damage. I think it was this fight that I took it too. Yikes. Or maybe it was an event, but yeah, I think it was this fight. Our potions heal us a ton, so it's no big deal. We can't use our feints, and we did draw 3 of them this turn. It's kind of unfortunate. We can use them after we play a bunch of arrows. We're not super close to our duplicate, but those arrows will help. How are we going to do this? This is a very interesting choice. Must be very confident in my damage or something. Or maybe she's just not doing any damage at all. Yeah, 4 times 1. I'm already defended. And she's dead for my ultimate, so yeah. Good call past me, just end it. We just pick up the worst item in the game. Or an item that I have no idea how to use. Just getting a drink of water. Double, triple checking our optimization, seeing if we can use anything new. But our setup is pretty great. I talk to him just to hear it. I hover over it like I'm going to. I juke him so hard. I literally crush him in that moment. I hover over it, like, I'm gonna buy a potion finally. He's like, godless healing? Are you good? You good? And then no, I don't. I think about going back for this fight, and I think there's a way to have seen what that was without walking back all this far. I've been watching Rhapsody, and I love his channel and his content. I've been watching him for years. Super inspired every single time I watch one of his videos, and he plays this game very well. And something I saw him do the other day was hit some kind of button that allowed him to see the fights like far off in the distance. Next run I play, I'm gonna definitely look into the options menu or spam some buttons. And the boss fight. I think we had a really rough time in the boss fight, if I'm remembering correctly. We get a great tainted force, thankfully. And during this time that the enemy that has a shield is stunned, we could choose to try to kill one of the other enemies. Maybe the healer is pretty smart, so that the enemy that has the shield doesn't get healed during this whole process. I would recommend trying for that if you feel like your damage is there. I don't feel like my damage is there, and I remember having this feeling. So we are just going to use all of our focus on this shield dude. And then when he's dead, we already know how strong our defense is. So we don't need to waste our time killing all of them. We can just focus fire on the middle guy, because the fight ends if you can kill him. So that is the overall strategy for the fight in general and for our particular approach here. We drew Arrow Storm with 2 arrows in hand. Maybe should play it just to flip it so that we can play the other side of it, which is a lot more reasonable. Nope, we choose not to. Choose just a continuously returning shot. We look at Arrow Storm like, what even is this? Like, did I really? I mean, if that was my play, I probably should have Arrow Storm. It was probably worse than Arrow Storm. Just because Arrow Storm would have given us a damage bonus on all of the arrows. So we would have squeaked out a little bit more damage-wise. And did we duplicate the returning shot that we play? I'm just gonna ignore it. If that was a misplay, if I did that, I'm just gonna ignore it because I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think that I did that. Tell me in the comments though. I don't want to know now, but I want to know someday. I just had 180 some block or barrier, I mean. What is the play? This turn's a little tricky. Well, I mean, it's not tricky after we fully defend ourselves. Then we just focus everything, hover over, make sure we're calculating everything right. Gotta reduce the armor. Then our ultimate will actually hit him pretty hard. Our ultimate is very powerful against one target or an enemy that soaks up all the hits. Before we play more shots, we should launch our ultimate. Redirect, 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 redirect. Redirect, redirect, redirect. And we're left with Bola shot. We just stun him anyway. We're at 12 out of 15 for our duplicate, so this should be a strong turn. Did not get a great Tainted Force, but we should still be able to have a good turn here. Duplicating the Bola shot would be pretty nice to reduce the armor of maybe the main dude. Playing Phantom Aid would let us get straight to the duplicate, yep. And I really should be considering duplicating those shadow shots, but like I said, not quite yet. Don't quite learn that yet. I can get even more armor reduction out of the kit that I have right now without adding any extra cards to my deck. They're healing and giving him barrier as much as I'm damaging him. So it's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of thing. But it's not that severe. We are making headway. This time, hopefully, we can get the Arrow Storm to... Nope. Nope. Still not trying to duplicate the shadow shot. I mean, when it's as simple as play a 1 energy defense card and the rest of your shots at past turn, you know, then I can't really complain about my misplays as much. I mean, I can and will, but I shouldn't, because it's not like I'm in danger, ultimately. A misplay is at its worst when you misplay and cause yourself to lose because of it, cause yourself to take a bunch of extra damage. You unnecessarily harm yourself. But if you misplay and it does no damage to you and there's no negative repercussions, it's, you know, I'm not as hard on myself about it. Yep. And now that the armor enemy is dead, the redirector, we're gonna pump all of our damage into the guy in the middle, because it would take forever for us to kill all of the enemies on the sides. It just would. I hover over, I think about it, but I remember clearly that we just annihilate this center dude. Yeah, I make sure he has leader of the pack before I choose this strategy. But that is about it. Thank you guys sincerely for your patience. I know it took a while to get Sentinel 2 out from Sentinel 1, but Sentinel 1 seemed to be rather liked, and I greatly appreciate that. Just let me know what you guys want to see here in the future. I'm going to be trying to release a couple videos here to make up for the lack of time, but as always, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. Peace.